Hey everybody, it's Friday. Going out tomorrow. It's a recording weekend. Edited last weekend, going out this weekend. Which means that all along the desk I've got a bag and batteries charging and everything I'm gonna need. And I've got a backpack over here that I'll be taking tomorrow, so I'm making sure everything's good for that. The big camera with the big lens. We're taking all that stuff, and it's twofold. One, because I haven't done video in a bit, and two, the still photos cameras that will be for other things. I have contract work to do this weekend, so I kind of need that. I am going to take the tripod to the car and save me the trip tomorrow morning, which will be good because carrying all that stuff, one, is kind of heavy to do all at once. I'll have to do that when I get on location, but it'll save me a trip in the morning. And that's good because we're getting to the point where I'll be fighting against the sunrise. Like the last time we went out, I woke up and thought, oh, I've got time. I did not have time. I got there after the sun had technically started to rise, so we'll have that as well. But that's the plan for tomorrow. And I'm getting it all ready to go now, so I don't have to do it in the morning. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Was a successful day out. I got everything packed up here. And I think we'll find out what we saw when we get back to the lab. Yep. Good stuff. I did not want to come out this morning. I woke up and went, oh, my back is super sore and I don't know why. Like the upper back. And I was really trying. It was kind of silly. I was going and it's like, all right, if I'm going to go, I got to get a move on. Let's find out. Am I going to hurt myself? And I'm like in my underwear in the closet, picking up the backpack. The what did I say? It was like 50 pounds between the cameras and the lenses and all the equipment, and putting that on and going, can I maneuver? Can I walk with this on? Am I going to be able to go? Because I know to get to the spot where I saw the kestrels here at Bar Lake State Park, it's at least a half a mile because they have a half-mile marker. So a full mile back and forth. Am I going to be able to do that? Obviously the answer is yes, because I made myself do it. And yeah, we saw the kestrels. Good stuff. I I'm happy with it. I'm pleased. I saw a pair of them. I don't know. I was just reading about them in the bird book that I read a couple times a week. One of the goals for this year was to read the whole thing. And I just did the Falcons chapter. I think they were part of the Falcons chapter. It talked about the kestrels. The American kestrel. Very cool. I really like the coloring on them. Top tier bird. Great stuff. A few things I learned that I was thinking about while I was out there. It was like, oh right, I read that they have, I don't remember what the term is it's a dimorphism. I remember that word specifically, but I feel like there was another one in front of it. I don't remember. Anyway, the female is bigger than the male. So that's cool. And there was a much larger female and a male. And it said that they nest in cavities in trees, which is exactly what I found when I came out here 2 weeks ago. And I was taking pictures, and I saw them there, and saw one of them with a kill. It had food, which I was able to get pictures of. Nothing like that today, but I did watch them for a while. I went to the same spot. They come right out. I managed to get one like popping its little head up out of the cavity as it's looking around. And then I watched them for a while. The European starlings, which are aggressive, were trying there was some scraps. There was a little bit of, and I did not have the wide angle lens on. I was so zoomed in, there was no chance I could see it, but there was a bit of like defending that area, but not nearly as much as I would have thought. Now we are at the end of May. It's almost the last week of May, so it's pretty well almost summer. And I'm pretty sure they breed in the spring. So we may have already missed our chance there. I think they may just be nesting in that, the babies may have already gone. I looked up real quick on the phone while I was out there just to see if I could figure out, because they weren't nearly guarding it as much. And I definitely got a clip of a European starling like poking its head into that cavity, looking there to be like, ah. So I don't think they pretty much left and didn't go back into the cavity the whole time I was there. I was out there for about 2.5 hours. Did not go back into it, so I don't think there are young or eggs. I think we may have missed that, unfortunately, at this point in the year. It certainly didn't feel like spring for much of it, so I kind of felt like we were just getting into it now because the snow has gone, but I don't think the birds necessarily agree. I looked up and it's about a month. They are usually sexually mature within their first year. So babies, they have a shorter lifespan than I would have thought. It's like on average 3 to 5 years, which is not it called out, the website I was quickly just glancing at, I think it was just Wikipedia, mentioned that is unexpectedly short for there. So I'm guessing other falcons and birds are usually around longer. But anyway, yeah, by their first year, so like ones that are born now, or within the last 2-3 months, ready to go by next spring. And then it's about a 30-day period, incubation period. So it's possible that pair there was actually probably 4 of them. I think there was a pair in another tree nearby. I saw them all around. I think they may have already done and gone and are just hanging out afterwards, maybe. It's possible. I don't know for 100%, but I did not see any evidence of it. Still got some cool shots of the kestrels. Did kind of the opposite of what I talked about the last time I was out with the big camera, but instead of starting with the wide, by the time I got out here, the sun was already risen. So I just went straight for big lens with the adapter, get some close-up shots, do what I can, try to get slow motion footage of them doing a dive. I don't know if I ever actually caught that. It's so fickle. I found one point where it was sitting there preening for a while, and I'm just running the camera, capturing high frame rate footage of it preening itself, hoping it'll stop and it'll take off and I'll be able to get that. But did the wide angle, got everything there, and I hope it was good. I don't know about the audio. The wind picked up considerably, but yeah, I sure hope that everything came out the way it looked, because that was a good time out, and I'm very tired and hungry, and I have things to do this weekend. I think I mentioned when I started this yesterday, I got contract work to do, the other half of it. I did it earlier. I didn't want to lose 2 full weekends, which is, I already lost 1 weekend to doing all the still photo stuff, but I have video work to do, product videos, which I was straight up, to be honest with you, just putting off and thinking, I'm not going to be able to do this. I don't have the space for it now. The last time I did product videos was 2 years ago, and I went and used a classroom, my partner's classroom, over winter break, so that I could set up in a huge room with all the lights and everything. All those lights are in use now. They're all in the studio area, like where I do, and I sit down and I record, and I don't have room to bring cameras and more tripods and everything in there. And I was just sitting there going, I don't know what to do. To be fair, told the company, hey, just send me stuff for still photos. I can do that right now. I'm not set up for video. I got to figure something out. And figure something out was me just delaying it and thinking, I don't want to. Well, I finally got around to it and realized that's money just on the table. And so I used some of that in advance to get like a light box, a light tent, I think is what it's technically called, but it's huge. It takes up my whole kitchen table. And I should be able to do videos with that, so I got to get that done this weekend. But I didn't want to devote a second full weekend to just doing this. I wanted to be able to go out and doing that. This also needed to happen. And I've got some other recording stuff to do at home on Monday. We're going to try to squeeze all that in this weekend. It might be a very productive weekend. Anyway, that's it for now. Hopefully you enjoyed all that footage of the American Kestrel. I certainly enjoyed capturing it. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye, everybody.